And welcome to Damlola Ogunshaki. Let's go straight to the front pages of the dailies. I'm starting with Vanguard. Vanguard is leading with first FERC meeting, revive ailing economy, Tinubu orders minister. List 8 point agenda, gives ministers matching orders. Promises not to rely on borrowing, assures of 50 million jobs. Adds, Nigerians have high expectations of us. Inaugural FERC meeting considers roadmap for the economy presented by Finance Minister Edun. You can see that story on page 5. And we have two pictures here. The one below the nameplate showing Edo State Governor Mr. Godwin Obaseki with his predecessor and Senator representing Edo North Senatorial District, Senator Adams Oshomole, at the 60th anniversary in Benin City yesterday. Now, the one above the nameplate is showing it's saying that the project financing talk, and it was also held in Cairo, Egypt, yesterday. Now, on page 6, Navy matches a transborder oil syndicate, arrest 5 suspects. No NYC law stops core members from becoming minister, but that's coming from a source. You can see that on page 8. Stories below. Midwest at 60, Obaseki, Oberevori, Oshiomole, others chart a path for region's development growth. You can see that on page 8. The writer says a drama as Shaibu's media aides are sent out of events. On page 29, Niger coup. France defies junta's order for ambassador to leave Niamey. Investors losing confidence in economy under Tinubu. That's coming from PDP. And that's all on the Vanguard newspaper. Now the Nation. Nation is leading with Tinubu target economic revival, 50 million jobs in 3 years. Perform or be fired. Presidency wants ministers. You can see that story on page 4. Palliatives warehouse looted in Bayelsa. Oshun secures stores. You can see that on page 28. And stories above, we are Citigroup predicts rise in foreign investment. Obaseki fires Shaibu's media aid as rift widens. Lastly, on the Nation newspaper, APC tackles opposition PDP over Tinubu's economic policy. That can be seen on page 6. And The Guardian is leading with unweighty appointment of SSAs, SAs, PAs depletes lean resources in poor states. That can be seen on page 6. Stories above, we have Lagos Assembly insists on reduction of 17 commissioner nominees. OAU bans organ sitting on laps, skimpy dresses, tattoos, others on campus. You can see that on page 7. Registrars indicted over unclaimed dividend as figure rises by 94% in 24 years. Tinubu gives ministers marching order to revive economy. Lastly, let's look at the Punch newspaper. The Punch is leading with FEC unfolds a 3 year economic revival plan. Tinubu wants ministers. Ministers to achieve first phase of Tinubu's 8 point agenda within 3 years. Tinubu inherited bad economy, youth unemployment, unacceptable. That's coming from the minister. And right above that, we have Cameroon dam flood to hit the state in 7 days. That's coming from federal government. Extractive firms underpaid $10 billion taxes and royalties. That's coming from Haiti. Stories below, Abiodun diverted Ogun local government allocations. 10.8 billion naira bailout, council boss allergies. Tenant bite of neighbors here over electricity bill. That can be seen on page 4. And lastly, on the Punch newspaper, NLC, FMBN clash over 238 billion naira National Housing Fund. You can see that on page 10 of the Punch newspaper. And that's all we have on the front pages of the dailies this morning. Join us after the break for the analysis. Welcome back. If you're just joining us, this is Today in the News on Vanguard Live. My name is Tamnola Ogunshaki. Joining me to analyze the front pages of the dailies this morning is Mr. Dayo Akintobi.